The Grimsby Public Library enriches the lives of its community by offering inspirational programs. Joining me is CEO and Chief Librarian Catherine Drury. Catherine, your popular biannual author series is back. Can you tell me what's in store for the fall session?
Well, we get started very soon. This weekend we launch our fall series, and so our events will take place in September, October, and November. And we have 2 authors per evening for all of those events. And this weekend we are going to have Carol Off attending, so we're really looking forward to that.
This author series goes back over 20 years. How's it grown?
It started off as just an idea that the board had at the time to help raise some money for the library, and so they started very small, and it's been at various different locations throughout town during those times. As the crowd grew, they had to move to different locations, and so I think just before the pandemic, we had grown to about 250 audience members at the Casablanca.
You have 2 very interesting authors coming in on October 18th. Tell me about them, please.
So we have Jeannie Becker. She has a memoir out called Heart on My Sleeve. And it's really interesting because it is organized around pieces of her wardrobe. So whether it be jewelry or a piece of clothing, and then she tells the story about what she was doing when she was wearing that, whether it was to interview Paul McCartney or, she was attending a fashion event. And so it's really an interesting premise for how to set up a memoir. And then we have author Caroline Couchy, and she's from the UK. And the interest in having her come to the Grimsby Author Series in particular, because we're in Niagara, the topic of her book is Annie Edson Taylor, who was the first woman to go over the falls in a barrel, and she survived. And so the story is all about her.
I've been to the author series before, but for those that haven't, what can they expect?
So we have a wonderful location because now we're in the library. And so the event is a fundraiser for the library, so it's nice to be at home where people can enjoy the atmosphere of the library and know that that's where the money is going to. So every evening we have some nibbles and we have wine tasting. This fall we have Malivoire Wine Company are sponsoring the wine tastings at all of our fall events. And then we have 2 authors who are interviewed. There will be question and answer. So if anyone has a question they'd like to ask an author, they can do that. And then we have a bookseller there, Epic Books, will be there selling books of the authors. And then following the interviews, people can get their books signed.
That's in October. How does the fall series end?
The last event will be on Friday, November the 15th, and we have historical fiction author Bryn Turnbull will be at the event. And also we have, for all of those rom-com fans out there, we have author Opal Way, and she has a wonderful rom-com title that has been very popular, and we're really looking forward to talking to her.
Why is this event so important to the Grimsby Public Library?
It's important not just because it's a fundraiser, but it does raise funds that the library uses every year for collections, services, and programs. But also it's a literary cultural event in our community. For the most part, we have Canadian authors. Some of them are new, some of them are more well established, but we always have interesting Canadian authors, and we like to showcase them and sort of bring that to the community of Grimsby and beyond, because we welcome people from all over to come to the series.
What are you looking forward to most this fall?
I enjoy every evening. It's because you never know what an author is going to talk about, but we do have, it's not really something I'm looking forward to, but our longtime host of the series, Ken Boychuk, will be moving away from the series at the end of this season, and so it's sort of bittersweet. He will be there all fall, so we're really looking forward to that, but his last evening will be November 15th, so fans of Ken will want to certainly get their tickets.
Speaking of tickets, how can people go about getting them?
Tickets are available. You can come into the library and purchase them if you'd like, but they're available online at the library's website. And that's $75 for all 3 events. And if we have tickets left, you can get tickets for October and November after our September event.
Catherine, the Grimsby Public Library has made the Author Series accessible to everyone. Tell me how.
We realized that some of our audience may have difficulty hearing the authors. You know, not everyone speaks really loudly, right? So even though we have a sound system, you know, we realized that some people needed some additional help. And so we're lucky enough to have a connection with Wavefront Communications in Vancouver, and they were making available the BetEar assistive listening device. And so people who have cochlear implants or who have hearing aids, or even if you just have trouble listening in a large crowd, you can use your earbuds and you download the BetEar app, and you will be hearing the interview, and it will be directly into the cochlear implant or into the hearing aids. And so it's really enhanced their enjoyment of the series, being able to do that.
The next installment of the Grimsby Author Series takes place Friday, October 18th at the Grimsby Public Library. Catherine, thanks for joining us, and good luck with the fall series.
Thank you very much.